Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to a brand new video. Today we are doing the Sonic.exe The Disaster tier list. Now, I promised this in one of my videos if you managed to watch them or get through them because all of my videos are pretty long lately, but that's what I'm trying to go for, long videos. Don't know why there's two tails, so let's not count one. But yeah, let's get this tier list on the road. Like, let's get the show on the road. You know what I'm saying. Alright, so first things first, we're going to be rating the characters by actual order. So it's Tails, Knuckles, Eggman, and then it's like Amy. Oh, this was supposed to be Cream. I messed up, guys. I messed up. Cream, so this is Cream. So when you get later in the video, like, you'll probably be like, what in the world? What is this man doing if you're skipping through this video? But if you're actually watching it, well, you know this is supposed to be Cream. So this is Cream, Sally, and then we have Shadow Rouge. Alright, let's get started. So first, Sonic.exe. Now, to get this just out the way, there's no character that's absolutely garbage, which is why there's no F tier. But there is a character that is possible in D tier. So, Sonic.exe. Sonic.exe could be the worst thing in the world, depending on the player, or the best thing in the world, depending on the player. So it also depends on the map as well. Because of the new map update, you have to look out for Kind and Fair, You Can't Run, and Hill. Those three maps have events on the maps that happen during the game. So Sonic could get a big boost from, like, what if he's like this bad and then the map boosts him up one tier? Or if he's good, like A tier, it'll boost him up to S tier. Which is exactly why, and exactly the circumstances we were going to talk about this video. So Sonic may be S tier for now, but just know he can be pretty much anywhere on the board. But the best player possible is definitely an S tier Sonic. Because you have lunge, you have the regular hit. So you have lunge, scratch, and you have grab. You can trick people by laughing somewhere and then you're not over there, then turn uninvisible and hit them or something. You can spawn clones. Sonic.exe is a menace to society, and depending on the map, he can be an even bigger menace, and it's hard for you to survive unless you have a good team, which is exactly what this is all about. Everybody here is now amazing, try-hard players who know how to play the game, who figured everything out, figured every glitch, every bug, but they're not abusing it. They just figured everything out because they're a try-hard. So first thing first, we have Tails. Let's slap him right into B tier. I know a lot of people thought he was going to move up a tier or something, like, because my old tier list, like, you didn't see it, but my old tier list, he was D tier, dude. Like, the original Tails was actually very bad. No arm cannon, weaker glide, because it only went down. It was pretty dang bad, but B tier is where Tails is now. Because now his glide allows him to fly up, so that way it's not just purely a glide. However, it does take more energy doing it that way. But this can juke EXEs and trick them sometimes. Sometimes. Mind you, this is going to be a tryhard EXE. So you're just going to want to use flight to now get away. An arm cannon has probably the least amount of chance of landing out of all of the stunners here. Out of all 5 of them in total, Tails has the worst stun, not the worst stun time, but the worst stun because it's the hardest to land. Amy and Knuckles is kind of similar to land. Eggman has possibly the easiest stun in the game to land. If you can't land that, then I don't know what to tell you. Shadow has a debatable stun, whether it's as easy as Knuckles and Amy or as easy as Eggman's. But regardless, none of them are hard except for Tails. Tails does take skill, but if you actually have a skilled Tails on your team, trust me, he will land those arm cannons. And when he does, that's going to annoy the EXE more than any other stun, and he will go after the Tails. So protect the tails as much as possible so we can land all of those stuns because you need the time that the stuns give you. Next we have Knuckles the Echidna, a solid A tier character. I was going to put him in S tier because Knuckles is really can honestly clutch, and this man used to be literally my main. There was no other character that could even get close to being my main, but now there's another character. This dude can escape, he can fight back, he can do pretty much whatever he wants to do. There's only a few problems with Knuckles, and that's the fact that, well, like everybody else, once you use your abilities, you're practically useless, and you're going to have to rely on your juking skills and how fast you can move your mouse, or how fast you're going to move your D-pad, or whatever you're using. Knuckles is just as vulnerable as everybody else, but he has the abilities to back them up. And his punch cooldown is a lot shorter than you think. So if you don't want to play as Knuckles and you think you're going to miss all the time, no, you have multiple chances to land that punch. You have multiple chances to use that punch. Don't worry, during a chase, it will most likely come back during that time. The block, however, does take quite a bit to come back. Now for the Doctor. For me, Eggman used to be purely S tier. But everyone knows Eggman has such an enormous hitbox that it wouldn't be right to put him next to someone who could grab him with ease. This is going to be the best EXE you can possibly ever meet, so therefore he's S tier, out of the way, W. There's zero people that can pretty much go up against him except a whole team of tryhards. So Eggman is A tier and not S tier. However, his jetpack and shock do carry him a lot. So after Eggman, now we have Amy, who is debatably bottom, bottom. Or like I used to think. Amy, at first, when she got the hammer bounce, I always thought, why did Outlake do this? Hammer throw was so much better. But then the my thought, a mind came to, I mean, you know, a thought came to my mind that maybe if Outlake stopped glazing Amy, maybe if Outlake stopped glazing Sonic, he would actually see that the characters that he makes get a different ability are actually pretty good. Hammer Bounce is very good. I just had a stroke. Hold on. Like I just had a whole stroke talking. I don't know what I was talking about for a second. So Amy is bottom A tier because Hammer Bounce is actually better than Hammer Throw. Wait, let me talk. So I know you could double stun back then, but after you did that, what were you gonna do? Sure, you could get rolled or something, but that's not really that great. Honestly, it was a sacrifice for Amy to lose her hammer because it's such a big carry on the team. And if it was the old Amy, she would be bottom B tier behind Tails. Meaning Amy isn't as good as she used to be. Wait, what? She's better than she used to be. Alright, let's ignore the fact that I'm having mini strokes talking right now. It is 4 p.m. It's actually not late at all. Yeah, so just blame this on me right now. I don't know what I'm saying. But Amy's right here until I see otherwise. Because I thought I'm not an Amy main, which I'm not. I thought she was pretty bad. Like she's actually generally bad at the game. Like it's just a very bad unit. You don't need it on your team. You could have Knuckles, which Knuckles still a better option. You could have Knuckles. You could have Shadow. You could have freaking Tails. You can have any stunner, but don't choose Amy unless you really, really want to play as Amy or you're an Amy main. But I was completely wrong about that because when I actually had to play as her because everyone took every character, I don't remember what server that was, but I didn't want to play as Rouge at the time and I didn't feel like playing as Sally, so this was the only character left and I chose Amy. And Amy was quite the killer. Like honestly, if you land her stuns, it's kind of similar to Knuckles gameplay, and you except you can honestly just escape afterwards. While Knuckles is more of if you block first and then run and then wait a little bit and then punch, or if you punch first and then run and then wait a little bit and then block. His is more of a combat type, someone to annoy the EXE, someone to fight and waste more time. Amy is someone to run away, which still does waste more time, but it's more of a run stun. So Amy's still A tier. These are amazing characters, fantastic characters. So far, Tails has been amazing. Amy, Knuckles, Eggman, but Sonic is still at number one. People still have to give Sonic.exe credit where it's due because if Owlake is constantly glazing the dude, sorry Owlake, putting this out your name, he's always buffing this guy. And sure, it felt a little bit unfair at first, but it's supposed to be a horror game, so it's kind of fair. Now we're going for Cream, which has the Tails profile pic as for right now, because I did the wrong thing. She is bottom B tier. Now, none of these characters are bad because I'm going to just spoil it real quick. Nobody's going to be in D tier. But Cream is bottom B tier because when you actually think about it, what way can you defend yourself besides running away? Think about that for a second. Unlike Sally, who can actually help other people but still defend herself in a way, and then get her shield back and defend herself, like if you're juking enough. After Cream jukes enough, all she can do is run away more. And that running doesn't even give you the iframes I thought it did. I've gotten hidden so many times as Cream, mid speedy shoot, mid air, it was just ridiculous. The buffs on Sonic.exe's lunge changed Cream for me. She used to be like bottom A tier, but now she's bottom B tier, and Tails is top B tier. So she gets clapped by Tails. Not in that way. Pause. Next character we have is Sally. So let's just get this out of the way. Automatic first S tier. Now, before you guys are like, bro, he's a Sally main. I'm actually not. I really don't play as Sally. The thing is, I'm not over here glazing Sally's meat. I'm just being honest. Most Sallys can juke really well. Most Sallys survive really well. The roll is immensely annoying because it can get you iframes and it gets the person away from you like some studs, some difference. And it just it's kind of annoying. And they can turn around and do it, use it while they're juking, and then wait till their shield comes back. It is the most annoying. She's the most annoying character to get, is what I'm basically trying to say. The most annoying character to get in the game. Besides annoyance, she can also help other people be more annoying, which actually puts her D tier in character in my book because I hate fighting Sally's. But in terms of actual, character, Sally's a S tier. Personally, when I play as her though, I'm always like B tier. Like I kind of suck at Sally. Let's go with Shadow now. Shadow. Now I know what you're thinking. This man is about to put him in A tier or B tier or something, or like low ball. He's the best character in the game. But let me explain. So first of all, Sonic may seem like the best and stuff, but there's one character that can actually 1v1 a tryhard Sonic if they, mind you, every person here is supposed to be tryhard. There's one person that can 1v1 a tryhard Sonic. It can either be tryhard Sally, maybe, but mostly tryhard Shadow. The difference between Sally and Shadow, Sally can defend herself, but she can't do anything to EXE, so she can't buy time for herself to at least move away a little bit or juke a little to the side or something. She can't do any of that. While Shadow has tackle and dash, meaning he can get far away fast and you can just move as fast as possible. He's the second fastest character in the game besides Sonic himself because of dash. And the tackle is insanely accurate if you're good with him. Like I said, everybody here is a tryhard. So I think Shadow is better than Sonic.exe, personally. Although I do have more win cons with Sonic than I do with Shadow. It's just most Shadows I've seen are pretty good. So, before we talk about Rouge being C tier, she's not D tier like she was before. So that's an improvement. She used to share D tier with Tails when he was bad. But Tails upgraded 2 tiers. She upgraded 1 tier. Now to explain this, it's because she was B tier for a little bit, but that's when she had Glide. If any of you testers remember that ability, she actually had glide. And then Alec had to ruin it by saying, "Oh, gotta get rid of glide. Too hard for the Sonics to get him." And then he's glazing him more. He's just like, "Oh, Sonic, Sonic, calm down." Like he's just glazing him and glazing him, glazing him, writing him. Okay, my bad. So personally, Rouge is now C tier because she has this weird move. I forgot what it's called. Where she can like basically be invisible to the EXE. It's like a stealthy move or something like that. But she's invisible to the EXE basically when he goes invisible. But there's one problem with that. How are you going to place sensors around where people are if the EXE might notice you? And once the EXE usually notices a Rouge, they'll kill them because they don't want to have to deal with finding them later, which is sensible and fair. There's one thing Rouges are annoying with, and that's a little bit with juking, because the slide can be extremely annoying. But besides that, she's honestly a mid character to fight, really low tier. LA could have had her be a B tier and have everybody be basically equal in the game. Because look, perfect square. This is a perfect square right here. Tails, Cream, Rouge, Amy, Knuckles, Eggman, Sally, Sonic, Shadow, the best character in the game. Look at all of these guys connected. They could have been a square. But then Alex said, remove glide and take this stealth move. Guess where she went down to? She broke the square! It's now a staircase when it could have been a square, dude. So I'd say that's where Rude's place is. So now you know the Sonic.exe the disaster tier list. Bottom of the barrel is Rouge. Middle of the barrel is Cream and Tails. Top middle of the barrel is Amy, Knuckles, and Eggman. And S tier is Sally, Sonic, and Shadow. Let me know your opinions down in the comments below. Let me know if I need to do more tier lists. Subscribe, like this video, do whatever you need to. Don't really care. But I care about you guys. So see you guys next video.